tell you how disappointed I am with this kid because like I said, he's had very, very good days. So to see him like this, really, really disappointing because you expect better. But we tell him, or my cooperating teacher tells him, hey, you have a minute to leave the gym, and it's like, okay. Well, he doesn't say okay, but it's like he has a minute to leave the gym. I'm going through, I'm cleaning up stuff, and I don't have my eyes on him completely the entire time. I have my eyes kind of looking elsewhere because I'm cleaning up stuff. And I'm like, I didn't hear him walk out of the gym at all. So I think he's still... What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Volt White Randomized Mastermode. I said it right finally. I'm happy. Finally said it right. In the previous episode, we started exploring Castelia City. We tried to get our encounter up north. In Route 4, we didn't end up actually catching it, but we did get a fossil, which we went back to uncover at the museum. So we do have a free level 25 encounter. Larvitar, actually, not Larvitar from, like, the fossil was Craniodos, but we got our encounter. We didn't PK Hexadin yet, but the encounter is a Larvitar waiting in the wings, which I'm probably going to keep, or I'm not going to PK Hexadin just yet, because I want to see what else we can potentially scoop up today. Because we did earn 2 free encounters at the end of the previous episode for our Yoink, which you can see right there. That's what we had in the last episode for our challenge / perk, which is fine. I don't think we're gonna challenge the gym in this episode. I don't know. I'd like to, but we will have to see. But first, let's go ahead and get into the action. The goal today is to get as many levels as I can, just complete everything I need to in Castelia before we fight the gym. Alright, follow the leader. We did this a couple episodes ago, but I don't have an issue running this back again. The ruling that I have with challenges is I try to not do the same challenge 2 videos in a row, or back-to-back in the same stream. That's kind of the deal I have. So follow the leader, that's completely fine since it's been 2 episodes since we've done it. So that's completely fine. I think our leader today is going to be the Kangaskhan, because I want the Kangaskhan to get as many levels as we possibly can. So I'm actually super duper down with this. Our team is looking pretty solid. Level 28 is the highest right now, which ain't bad. I'm thinking Berg's ace is 28, something around there. So as long as we are smart with everything, I think we'll be just fine. But it is going to be a lot of work, because in my head, I'm thinking Berg is going to be a double battle. That is what my head is telling me. His gym fight is going to be a double battle. I have not checked that. I'm trying to keep that as blind as I possibly can, because I really, really, really want to go based off of memory, and also it doesn't really seem fun if I just look everything up. Reborn was different. Reborn was different because Reborn is unbelievably hard. Drayana ROM hacks are hard, but they're not hard to the point where I feel like I have to look everything up. If it gets really bad, maybe I will, but I don't think I'm going to. Like, I'm not gonna have a wiki page opened up or anything like that. I'm just gonna go with it. But kind of continuing from the last episode, I was telling some stories about me and student teaching, just like with how some of the students are that I work with. But I ended the previous episode telling a story about a kid who is like a special ed kid, but not necessarily through like not being able to speak or not being able to cognitively process things as fast as other students. More of like an aggression or behavior, which is actually quite a few students that are at the school that I'm placed at, which is honestly kind of surprising. Maybe it's just because I never viewed that as I don't want to say disability, because I feel like that's not the right term, but I think it kind of is, in a way. But I never viewed it as something that was like a disability, so the fact that like attitude was something I never really viewed that way is interesting. Because I know that kids have short tempers. Like that's not rocket science. That's not news to the world. But just like the amount of kids that I kind of see that have that helper, I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. It's definitely something that I think is needed, because there are some kids that are just unbelievably aggressive for no reason. And it's going to kind of tie into our next anecdote. This is all the same day that I'm telling these stories, so this is all in one school day, which surprisingly I haven't had that many like bad days in my placement when it comes to working with elementary kids. So a lot of people kind of hear elementary and they're like, I don't like that, because I don't really like dealing with small children, because there is a lot of needy circumstances, like whiny, just a lot of just like the little annoyances, like tattletaling, all those things, whatever you can think of, like kids and potentially annoying things. That is exactly how it is working in elementary school. But yeah, this kid, just kind of a debrief, because in case you didn't see the previous episode, playing soccer with one of the students, he has kind of aggression issues, and he probably not intentionally, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here, but because of his condition, and he hurt 3 students while we were playing. Because originally it was like a one-on-one sort of deal where it was just me and him, and then other students want to join in. So I always try to be inclusive with that, where it's not like, no, you can't play, it's me and him. Because you want to teach that lesson young, where it's like, okay, you are able to play. Is this worth it? Wait, is my... No. Go back. What is Mega Punch's accuracy? 85. But it's 80 base power. Double hit is 90 accuracy, but it's 70 base power. I think I go with Mega Punch. 100% go with Mega Punch instead. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But yeah, he hurt 3 students. Not like super duper bad, but just like, it was just one of those things, like he was very, very overstimulated in a competitive environment, so he felt like he kind of had to have that superstardom where he was the one who was going to do everything, and no one else, even the people on his team, no one else was going to, do anything. Like, it's my time to shine, all right? That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, he hurt 3 students, and it was one of those situations too. I feel like I keep saying that, but it was one of those things where like we were constantly saying his name over and over again. He wasn't listening to us, just caught up in the heat of the moment, and it was one of those things, like I said at the end of the previous episode, I never had to put my hands on a student to like turn them and adjust them and have them look at me and be like, dude, listen to what I'm saying. Because a lot of the times kids are kind of just off off in their own little worlds because, you know, imagination and whatnot. But when you have 3 teachers calling your name and you're not responding, that's not really an excuse for that. Regardless if you are special ed or regular ed, like, we try to hold the kids to the same sort of standard. Like, we understand, like, you know, some of them are going to have learning difficulties. We get that. That's not news to us. But we try to say with, like, the ones specifically, like, with behaviors, like, if you make a good choice, you know, we're going to reward you. But if you don't make a good choice, then you're going to find yourself in scenarios like this where now you're probably going to be missing a recess or so because you hurt students. And again, probably didn't do it intentionally. Like, he probably didn't do it with the intention of actually hurting them. He was just caught in a competitive environment, but also tackling a student for a soccer ball, not really acceptable. And I was saying in the previous episode, like, I work with a lot of students who are in, like, a special ed or kind of like, I don't know if it's necessarily like a therapy room or just whatever you would want to describe it as, but there's a lot of kids who are in, like, that special ed kind of group when it comes to, like, attitude and behavior. And it was one of those things, at least with me growing up, I never really viewed that as a disability. I know there was just, like, kids in general, they have tempers and whatnot, but I don't know, just I never viewed it as that way. And maybe that's just because when I was going throughout school, I was always someone who, I'm not trying to toot my own horn necessarily, but I was always a student who followed directions, very rarely ever got in trouble. So it wasn't hard for me to understand that, but just with some students and how their personalities are, judgments of other people, all these different things, so many different factors. Like, it's just harder for some to learn more than others. But, like, I just never have seen, and this is probably because I'm working in elementary school, or student teaching for the first time, and I haven't been in elementary school building since I was in elementary school. So, a long ass time. So, maybe it's just one of those things because you're a kid, you don't notice those things, but now as an adult, you are having more of an awareness to those things. And this kind of leads us to the last story. We have a kid kind of the same as kid from story number 2, except this is like, he's a 3rd grader, kind of has a bad temper from time to time. Usually is someone that we gave a privilege to when it comes to help cleaning up the gym equipment. We gave him that privilege because, you know, if he behaved well in class, he really liked being in the gym. So why not reward good behavior with being in the environment he likes probably more than his classroom? You know, just seems like that would make sense, right? But today, because we were dealing with kid number 2, actually, or kid from story number 2, we were dealing with, we ran late. So the usual time that he comes in and helps cleans up, he didn't notice that we weren't in there, thought we were in there, and he was shooting baskets with one of his classmates. And one of the big no-nos is that you don't want kids in the gym without adult supervision. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out why that's the case. But, like, we told the student that he was in there with, like, hey, you guys have to go. The other student listened, but the one that usually helps with the gym equipment did not. because it wasn't what he wanted. So me and my cooperating teacher were like saying, you gotta listen to us, you know, this is not us like we're asking you to leave, but like it's not like maybe. It's like you have to listen to us because we're the adults here. That's it's our say as to what you're supposed to do. And he didn't like that, and he ended up saying, frick you to my cooperating teacher. And that's not me censoring him saying the F word. Like, he genuinely said frick you. I was honestly surprised he didn't drop the F-bomb. But it was one of those things where me and my cooperating teacher discussed, and it's like, I think he should lose his privileges of cleaning up the gym for the rest of the year. Because he didn't like what we said, so we called like his counselor. I believe that's what it's called. ESP is probably the actual term for it. But we called him and said like, hey, can you come pick him up? Because he's not doing too good and whatnot. Basically gave him the rundown of what happened. And so the student ended up, like, he was just very, very fed up with everything because, like, we told him something that he didn't want to hear. And he started throwing our equipment around. So it's like, it's reinforcing, like, all these things that we were saying, like, hey, you know, if you change up your attitude, we're not going to take this privilege away. But if he's over here doing that and just, like, throwing our equipment around, potentially going to break it because he's upset because we won't let him shoot a basketball around, like, I'm not going to sit there and take that line down. Like, that's not okay. He knows better. And he has done better. But today, he just couldn't. So my cooperating teacher told him, he was like, listen, you have a minute to clean all this up, otherwise you lose your privilege. So then he cleaned it up. So he listened to that. But then it's like, all right, like, we're looking for an apology. Like, we were trying to get him to say, hey, you say you're sorry for what you did. And he was like, and my cooperating teacher told him, he was like, do you think I deserve an apology for what you did? And the kid said maybe. So he thought about it for a few seconds and said maybe. So even though what he did was wrong, he still was kind of fed up and still thought he was kind of in the right. And also, just an FYI, the reason why I didn't fake out the drift balloon was because I thought I couldn't hit it, and I completely forgot that I have Scrappy on Mama, so I'm fine. So yeah, the kid is over here saying maybe he deserves an apology for nearly destroying our equipment. And it's like, oh, so we're really doing this. And again, it's one of those things, like, maybe he's not sure what he's thinking, maybe he's not sure what he's saying, or maybe he's just too flustered with emotions that he's gonna keep making bad choices. All of those are realistic possibilities. This Polyworld, metronomes. I did not know this thing got metronome. And it metronome head smash, and it missed. I'm not saying that would have killed me, but I'm sure as shit glad it did not hit me. I am sure as shit glad it did not hit me. Oh, Marshall, you guys are just feeding me. You're feeding me so many good mons for experience. But you see, this Marshall being level 26 is making me think that Berg's ace is going to actually be 30 now. It's making me worried. I haven't even bothered leveling up the Stunky. Because I'm kind of waiting for us to get a checkpoint. Because I think Stunky evolves... I should know what level Stunky evolved at. 32? 34? One of those? But going back to what I was saying. Kid says maybe we deserve an apology. And I'm just like... Well, that just basically reinforces the fact that... he shouldn't get his privilege of helping to clean out the gym. Said everything he needed to say right there. Maybe? And again, maybe he wasn't really thinking what he was saying, but I don't know if I can believe that. I don't know if I can believe that. But yeah, it was one of those things too. We said like, all right, you have a minute to leave the gym before the call, your ESP or whatever, and before like we're for sure saying like, for sure, you know, you're done. You lose that privilege for the rest of the year, sort of deal. And I was going through and I was cleaning up some of the stuff in the gym. Not that he destroyed, but just like stuff that needed to be cleaned up in general. And it was like what he did. And I'm not kidding. Like, I can't tell you how disappointed I am with this kid, because like I said, he's had very, very good days. So to see him like this, really, really disappointing, because you expect better. But we tell him, or my cooperating teacher tells him, hey, you have a minute to leave the gym, and it's like, okay. Well, he doesn't say okay, but it's like he has a minute to leave the gym. I'm going through, I'm cleaning up stuff, and I don't have my eyes on him completely the entire time. I have my eyes kind of looking elsewhere, because I'm cleaning up stuff. And I'm like, I didn't hear him walk out of the gym at all. So I think he's still... Oh, because of the tickle. That's why it just did so much. And he probably has Technician, by the way. I thought I was about to lose my Kangaskhan just now. I was about to be so pissed. I was about to be so fucking pissed. Problem is I don't have anything on my team that outspeeds this thing. And I would not care. Well, oh, get wrecked. One turn wake up and you missed tail slap again. Thank God. Thank God. Alright, I have to kill Skiploom with a wing attack. There's no shot this thing kills me. From this HP, there's no shot. I don't even know if this thing outspeeds me. It does. But it's okay, it dies this turn. Whew. Anyways, back to the story. I'm not keeping my eyes on this kid the entire time, and I'm like, I don't think he left the gym. No. You know what this kid did? He went and hid behind the stage. So I was like, I'm not going to confront him about it. I'm just going to be like, if, you know, my cooperating teacher comes out, I'm just going to be like, yeah, he's behind the stage. So kind of a snitch, but also being like, he's not going to get away with this. You know, he's made too many wrong choices for him to get away with it. So he's got to suffer those consequences. Tough luck. Tough fucking luck. But yeah, so he did that, and I told my cooperating teacher, if I was in his shoes and, you know, he told me, frick you, like I said, I have a pretty calm, collected nature. I'm not someone who likes to yell. I'm not someone who likes to be angry all the time. Believe it or not. As much as I bitch about the games I play, I don't like to be angry all the time. I will massage your Pokemon. Keep your hands away. You filthy heathen. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, I basically was just like, yeah, this kid's not gonna get away with it. But yeah, if I heard a frick you from any one of my students, he was hearing it. And you know, it would have been, you know how difficult it would have been? Because I do like to swear. I'm just so used to swearing that it's just natural. The fact that I would have had to try to be mad and PG at the same time would have sent me insane. Would have sent me insane. But yeah, this, I would have, I told him, I was like, he would have heard it from me, like screaming, just absolute anger. And you know, maybe that's something that makes it worse for him, like in terms of, again, the attitude and whatnot. But also at the same time, it's like, no, you know the expectation. We're holding you to that expectation too. And for you to say what you said and do what you did is wrong. And that is, you know, what you're gonna deal with. Okay, we don't have to fight Morimoto. At least not yet. So I think the only other trainers we have one more guy, one more dancer guy we gotta fight. And then it's the Team Plasma stuff in Castelia City, that is, which I think that will happen in the next episode. So that'll lead us into the gym in the next episode, which I'm hoping, if it pans out really nicely, I should be able to get through maybe all the trainers in Route 4, or all the ones I can get through in Route 4 today. And then where the hell is this other one? No, he's by the pier, isn't he? Over here on the right? Isn't he all the way over here? Or am I crazy? We saw him earlier, did we not? Because there's the one in the alley. The one that's by the fountain. Is he over here? He is over here. And then he's gonna have Simi Seer, right? Should I stay in with Kangaskhan, actually? I mean, why not? Mega Punch is just gonna kill this thing. Get all the experience for Mama. No reason to switch out into Politoed. But yeah, that was the story of my day at student teaching across 2 separate videos, because that's just how it is. Ooh, that is super nice. That's super nice to get right now. So we got the Eviolite, the Experience Share, and an Amulet Coin all in this down. We got spoiled. We got spoiled pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. I'm not going to get my free encounters here just yet. I might honestly save those for the next episode. Because I got to see how long... I got to see how long... How many trainers we have in this route. Ooh, we actually probably have a few. We have more than I thought we would. Which is good. And we found another fossil. We're going to be spoiled. We're going to be spoiled in this next episode with encounters. This is going to be so much fun work to do I mean, I guess the next video I'm anticipating to be... The next video I'm anticipating it to be the last video of the recording session. I'm assuming that. I'd be surprised if it's not. What the fuck? Up 26? No, it's a good idea for me to do this right now. It is. It's smart. Especially because if I'm assuming Berg's ace is going to be 28, I'm going to want my team to be as high level as I possibly can have. It would just make sense. Rollout, you're going to get to do that like once, and then maybe twice. No, just once, because you know it's beating me. See you, bye. This is where I wish I could switch Maractus to the front, but it's cool. Maractus will have its time to shine, which I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised that with Maractus here, it's actually seen as much action as it has. Because grass typing isn't necessarily the greatest typing out there. It's really only it's super effective against water, rock, and ground, but water is also super effective against ground and rock. So it's not anything super duper special, and it's also probably the worst defense type in the game outside of maybe Bug. Okay, that did way too much for my liking. Problem is I don't think I have a good switch here. No, that's not true. I have Mama. Mama comes in, fakes out, mega punches. This thing dead. Oh, your focus energy. I'd be ashamed if you didn't get a chance to hit. An absolute fucking shame. I did not think the fake out would kill. Okay. Yes! Giga Drain, that's so much better. So much better. We lose 5 PP, but we get more power. Much rather have the power. Horsey. I can kill a Horsey. There's nothing this Horsey can do. I know I'm at half health with Maractus, but I kill Horsey in one hit. I'm fairly confident, even with paralyzation. And we have Water Absorb, so that's even better. Oh, you woke up from your cat nap? Ready to harass me? Not right now. Not right now. Stay right here. Stay right here. Whalmer. That is going to be an insane amount of HP. Ooh! Whalmer with Drizzle. That makes so much sense. Like, that genuinely makes so much sense that I'm surprised that they haven't done it sooner. I mean, Kyogre's like an orca who brings the water, so, I mean, why not a whale? I mean, if a frog can bring the rain, then a fucking whale should be able to bring the rain. Alright, that was perfect timing, dude. Absolutely perfect timing. So we did get our reward because we did do follow the leader with Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is now probably one of our higher level mons on the team. So we get for our trebles. Ooh. That's going to be something I'm keeping in my back pocket. A jailbreak, that is something I'm keeping in my back pocket. So that's really, really good for us to have right now. And on that note, we are going to go ahead... Nope, that is the wrong thing. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button down below. It would be greatly appreciated. Next episode should be the gym. It should be the gym. I would be surprised if it's not the gym. So if you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button down below. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode. Click the bell icon as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.